Ramakrishna Hari, Haripad number 24. Jaba taba karma kriya nema dharma sarvankati rama bhava suddha na sodi re bhavo taki re sandeho Ramakrishna taho nitya podi jada vitta kota kula sila mata bhaje ka dvarita bhavana yugdha Jnanadeva Dhyani Ramakrishna Mani Vaihunda Bhuvani Garakele. This is the song. You will see one by one. The first line says that Jaba Taba Karma Kriya Nema Dharma Sarvankati Rama Bhava Suddha. We all know very well that the Haripad is all about telling the importance of bhakti, or we can say the importance of jnana bhakti, because I always feel that this bhakti is not an ordinary bhakti, because right from the beginning in many abhangas, in many songs, it has very well explained that who is, how to create the bhava, because unless you understand who is God, how could you create the bhava? So therefore bhava is more important. That means that feeling of love towards God is extremely important, and that feeling of love towards God can come only if you understand who is God. And that has also been very well explained in the Haripad, and therefore I always feel it is a jnana bhakti. And now he particularly, this whole Haripad repeatedly insisting that how important it is, how speciality it is, how easy it is. So this is what we are reading until now, and here the first line goes like this: Jaba Taba Karma Kriya Nema Dharma. See, all these are all actions which requires to purify our mind. Japa, the recitation of Lord's name. Daba means penance, a constant penance to nullify the mind. Karma, doing an action without expecting the result. It has been explained as in Bhagavad Gita in the chapter 3, Karma Yoga. Next one comes as Kriya. Kriya means we need to sit in a particular posture and we need to focus mind in a particular way. This is also called a Kriya Yoga, has been given in Vedas. Nema. Nema means vows, or we can say that good qualities which we need to create to purify our mind. Regularly reading the scriptures and wake up early in the morning and keeping the body clean. So there are various nema, that means vows we must follow to get purified the mind. And of course the dharma. Dharma means the honest, we can say. So the right things only one must do. We must avoid all the negative things. So these are all the various activities one should perform to purify the mind and to feel the God. So in the first line he has explained the various actions, and in the next line he says that Sarvangadi Rama Bhava Suddha, which means that of course all these actions will definitely help you to purify the mind. There is no doubt in that. At the same time, if you just feel the Rama or Krishna everywhere, that feel will naturally give you all the result which you are going to achieve through these actions. See, the Haripad is all about to simplify the process of jnana and bhakti, to simplify the process of the ultimate goal, to reach the ultimate goal, or to become the God, to unite with the God. So therefore, here I feel that we can either, I will try to give in two ways. So the first thing is, one must do all these actions, Jaba, Taba, Karma, Kriya, Nema. Okay, but it is not only sufficient to do all these things. Ensure that when doing all these actions, ensure yourself as if that you are serving the Rama. That means you must feel everywhere only Lord Rama is existed, which means that Krishna is existed, which means we have to understood that it is that pure soul, Paramatma, Atma, that has been given as a name called Rama and Krishna. It doesn't mean that Rama and Krishna are two different entities. They are one and the same. So here, Hari, here repeatedly the many names comes as Hari, Rama, Krishna, Rama, Krishna. So all are one and the same. We cannot have any doubt on that. So here, having done this japa, tapa, karma, kriya, nema, dharma, and if you don't feel the God everywhere, and if you don't have the feeling of love everywhere, then automatically all these will not yield a good result. So we can assume in this way also. Otherwise we can say in other way that it is needless to do all these japa, dharma, karma, kriya, nema, dharma, provided if you are able to feel the God everywhere. Because if you are able to feel the God everywhere, automatically the love will induce in your heart. That love will naturally recite the name of the God automatically. And your mind, whatever the outcome of penance will naturally and automatically will be achieved just by feeling the love of God everywhere. And similarly, the karma yoga, the doing the action without expecting the result, that will also come naturally because we are serving the God, we are loving the God, and therefore in love there is no expectations, no conditions, and the definition for love will automatically include the karma yoga. And kriya, again, for the concentration of the mind which is required, that means the kriya yoga is mainly aims to concentrate the mind. And if we have the love feel towards the God, automatically we don't have any likes and dislikes. Naturally we don't have any distractions. See, these likes and dislikes are ego or the distractions which creates in our mind, and they provide, once if we develop the love feel towards the God, and that too, if we are able to see the God everywhere, naturally we can never have any kind of likes or dislikes or any ego in our mind. And therefore the distraction is totally not possible. So whatever the outcome of Kriya Yoga can be very easily achieved by just feeling the love of God everywhere. And next is Nema. So all the good qualities necessary for the purification of the mind, we told, So that will also naturally come because we already don't have any likes or dislikes or any conditions in our life. We have a pure love feel towards God, and for the sake of God we are ready to do anything. And therefore, again, that will also naturally comes into picture. So again, dharma. So we will do only in the path of dharma if we have the love feel towards God. So here what I feel is also in the way, that means it is very easy. See, if you have to create a japa, you are reciting the God's name, if you don't have any feel, how difficult it is. It is not so easy. You are doing a penance but without any feel, how difficult it is. And if you do the karma yoga still without understanding the inner power, still it is difficult. So this japa, dharma, karma, kriya, nema, dharma, without any bhava, if you do it, automatically it is very, very, very difficult. But if you develop the love feel towards God, and if you are able to feel God is everywhere, then all these japa, dapa, karma, kriya, nema, dharma will automatically and naturally follow in you, and therefore the God, our Guru Jnanadeva is insisting to have or to develop the love feel towards God. So I think this is what the meaning of this first line. Now we will go to the next line. Na sodi re bhavo, taki re sandeho, Ramakrishna taho nitya podi. Okay. And now he has told that just by Sarvankati Rama Bhava Suddha, with the pure Bhava, Suddha means here pure, the pure feel of God everywhere. One must have the pure feel of God. That means that we should not have any doubt at all. 100% we must be able to understand that the God is everywhere. So in such a way, if you feel only, it is possible to have that pure feel. So therefore, in the next line he is telling that how to achieve that. How to achieve the Sarvangati Rama Bhava Suddha. For that, what you need is, you should not have any doubt about the God. So try to understand the God. What is the base for all the creation? What is this Maya and who is God? That what is Hari? Rama means what? So first try to understand exactly that this comes under the path of jnana, we used to say, and it is also very well mentioned in this Haripad also in many places that the God is everywhere. So that is the ultimate truth. So we must try to understand that the God only existed and he himself is in the form of everywhere in the for the sake of Maya. So these truths one must understand very clearly without any doubt. So that is most important. So only then you can have a superb and pure bhava, pure feel. So we should not miss the feel. That is what he is telling. Na sodi re bhavo. Don't miss the feel, because only the doubts can make you miss the feel. So completely eradicate the doubt and develop the pure bhava and chant the name of Rama Krishna Nitya Podi loudly. So Tako means loudly. So you have to chant the name of Ramakrishna loudly with fullest feel, without any doubt. Every day do it. So here Bodhi means do the action of chanting the Ramakrishna loudly, but how it is very, very important, not by mere sound, but with fullest feel. And if that fullest feel will automatically create that loudest, chanting the God's name loudly. So therefore, in the next thing, here our Guru Gnanadev is trying to explain that how to create that Shuddha Bhava towards God. He is telling that develop the jnana, develop the knowledge. That means that get rid of all the doubts about the God, and automatically that will create a pure bhava inside you, and that will lead you to chant the Ramakrishna every day. And now we will go to the third thing. Jada Vitta Gota Kulasila Mata Bhaje Ka Dvaritha Bhavana Yukta. See, here the God is, our Guru Gnanadev is insisting us or getting clear away all our doubts here. See, many people has some kind of doubt that the jata here means there are caste, low caste, high caste. The society has been divided into various ways. One such thing is caste, and with her, based on the money, wealth, or skills, the society has been divided. So he is a very highly wealthy man, and he is therefore he is highest, and he doesn't have any wealth, therefore he is lowest. He has got very great skills, and therefore he is highest, and he is considered to be lower because he doesn't have any skills. And next comes the Gotra. Here again, this is a subsector of inside the caste. So caste itself is a division, and inside the division, inside the caste, there is subdivisions called Gotra, and they are telling there also that this is I am having this Gotra, my Gotra is highest, and somebody may say that your Gotra is lowest, something like that. And Kula Shila Mata. Kula Shila means some sector of the people will have some kind of activities. They feel that what we follow is considered to be the pure, and some other sectors will follow some other actions, and they feel that they are not as pure as what we follow. So Kula Sila means the activities, the purest activities which they perform in their day-to-day activities. So they are in that way also there are divisions, Kula Sila Mata. So here this Jata, Vitta, Gotra, Kula Sila, these are all various subdivisions present in the society, and in their subdivisions one may have a different kind of feel, as some as highest and some as lowest, and there are various categories like this. And now Jnanadeva particularly telling all these things, and finally he says that Bhaje Ka Dvaritha Bhavana Yukta. He is just saying that if you develop the pure bhava, that we call it as the yukti, that is the most skillful part here. He is telling that one must develop that yukti of bhava. Creating the bhava is the yukti, he is telling that. Once if you develop that, and start doing a bhajan, that means devotion, then what will happen? Immediately you will reach the God, no matter in what caste you are, what gotra you are, how much wealth you have, with Kula Sila Mata. So it doesn't matter what you are, in what caste you have born. So there may be a number of divisions in the society. You may be come under the lowest of lowest category also. But if you develop the bhava yukti, with the help of this bhava and pure love feel towards God, then naturally and automatically you can be able to reach the God immediately. Dvarita means immediately, without any differences. So here one must also understand that even if you would have been born in the high caste and high gotra, and if you that divisions we are telling, no, in that divisions you may be considered to be the highest, but still if you don't develop any bhava, then definitely that is not going to yield any result on you. So what is more important is developing a love feel towards the God, and not at all about how you have born and in which category you are belonging in the society. Whether you are a wealthy man or you are not having any wealth at all, that doesn't matter at all. So therefore, see, in the India like this, in Western cultures, we can say that the blacks and whites. So there are some divisions like white people is different, black people are different. Their culture is different. Their activities are different. So number of divisions are available. So it is needless to bother about any divisions. So whatever be the category you are, division you are, forget about anything. Just develop the pure love towards the God. You will reach the God and you will become the God, and that is the ultimate goal of everyone's life. And finally, Jnanadeva Dhyani Ramakrishna Mani Vaihunda Bhuvani Garagele. And Jnanadev finally concludes this Haripad by saying that, see how much importance this love feel towards God. And if you once develop, this Vaihunda, we can create the Vaihunda in this very birth itself, in this world itself. This universe becomes the Vaikuntha. That is what in the final stanza he is telling, Dhyani Ramakrishna Mani. So continuously, Jnanadeva itself, he himself is meditating on Ramakrishna, and that has resulted in Vaikuntha Bhuvani. Bhuvani means this living universe, we can say. This universe becomes Vaikuntha just by chanting the Lord's name, which means that by developing a pure love feel towards the God, and with that love feel, if we chant the name of the God, then automatically we will enjoy the Vaikuntha right from this second itself, in this universe itself. So this is what finally Jnanadev has told in this Haripad, and we must follow this, as Jnanadev himself has finally declared that I myself is doing this, and therefore you can also do that. So this is what I have understood from this Haripad. Thank you so much.